is Tim on the Online Big Blue, bringing you the best of New York Giants sports talk and entertainment. The weekend's over. We're getting closer and closer to training camp, and thank God for that. Because I'm tired of the minutia. I'm tired of the crap. I'm tired of the breaking content. I'm tired of clickbait. I'm tired of it all. I want to go over the big news from last week for the New York Football Giants and actually give you the honest perspective. Because I think it's important to be a fan, not a fanatic. First thing we want to talk about is Freddy Kitchens getting promoted. Oh, this is the inevitable downfall now of Jason Garrett. It has to be it. He's going to work with Garrett now. He's going to change the philosophy in his new senior assistant role. Oh, it's going to be great. Because he's got such a great track record. Flamed out as a head coach after one season. Lost the locker room. But, you know, we're not going to get into Freddy Kitchens. The Giants giving Freddy Kitchens a job saved his NFL career. Let's just be honest. And in his role, if you listen to what Joe Judge is saying in reference to his senior offensive assistant, what he's going to be, he's not going to be turning the Giants into a more vertical offense. No. You people make my head hurt. I mean, he's not alleviating Jason Garrett of any play calling duties. Joe Judge even came out and said primary responsibility is going to work with the front in his new senior offensive role assistant position. Judge explains, tying into having two young offensive coaches in Rob and Ben, I think Freddie is going to be an asset working up front, working directly with them and helping bring together the game plan. Like all of our coaches, but working directly with offensive coordinator Garrett was some of the things that are going to happen up front. They're talking about the offensive line. They're not talking that he's going to be changing the offense into a vertical offense for Jason Garrett. Tying him into having two young offensive line coaches, first-timers from Rob and Ben, I think Freddie's going to be an asset working up front directly with them and helping them bring together with the gaming planning. Come on, guys. It's breaking news. It's New York Giants breaking news. We're going to bring you all the breaking news that the Giants have to have. Giants, of course, signed Mr. Armstead, the running back, not too long ago out of Jacksonville, and he was going to be rocketing up the depth chart. I always said in camp he's a filler position. He's already been waived. 24 years old. He's out of Jersey. He went to, Millville High. Giants don't think that he's ready to come back after... they don't think he's ready to compete for training camp, and physically. You got Booker, who's going to be the primary insurance policy for Saquon Barkley, and that should scare every single Giant fan. Armstead was the other big signing that the Giants had a couple weeks going back a couple weeks ago. I remember seeing the content about that. That was the other big signing. If anyone thinks that the Giants going in with Barkley, who may start week 1. We have no clue. He could come back week 6 and have Booker, Clement, Penny, and Brightwell. And then they got the two. They got the, what's his name? Sandro Palmangunziger or whatever his name is, the international guy. And the other guy on the practice squad. If you sit there and you think that is filling me with confidence in reference to going into the running back room, Todd Gurley. Just throwing that out there. Todd Gurley. There are other running backs out there that we can pick up. So I'm hoping that Gettleman and Joe Judge are they're intelligent enough. Joe Judge is a smart guy that you're going to have to go find a running back. Because even if Barkley comes back at week 1, you're not going to hand him the ball 25 times. You're just not. And if you have this air of confidence, there are certain positions right now that the Giant fans should be slightly concerned about. First position is going to be, and we're not even going to talk about Daniel Jones. I'm talking about just other positions. First positions should be running back. Your next position should be the offensive line. Then you should have some concerns about the defensive end because we really only have one true defensive end on the roster. And the running back, and the linebackers. We have a few holes. Can they be plugged in? Sure. KJ Wright, just throwing that out there. Melvin Ingram, just throwing that out there. I like to just throw things out there. But running back right now should be the biggest. Well, not biggest, but just one of the concerns. Oh no, there's more breaking news. The Pittsburgh Steelers have released David DeCastro, 6-time Pro Bowler, offensive lineman. The Giants should run out and sign him right now. This is the other BS that I got to see this weekend. And I love it because it's like, guys, the dude has already come out and said he's going to have ankle surgery. That the ankle surgery last year never really healed or never reached the where he thought it would be at this point in time. And he even had the comment that he's going to have surgery again, and if the surgery is not successful to his satisfactions, he could be out a year. You don't know. That he's going to retire. And he doesn't have a problem with retiring. And I love it because a very astute subscriber sent me a message and said, if you're talking about retirement before you've retired, you've already retired. And I think that's 100% accurate. Because if you're already questioning that you're already ready to retire and you're coming back from an injury, you're pretty much gone. You're a goner. You've pretty much thrown in the towel. But I love it because people are like, well, the Giants should sign him. The Giants should go out and get him. And I had another astute subscriber send me a thing, which I thought leave a message, which I thought was very interesting, about these players. I think a lot of people and a lot of fans know the player's name, but they don't do the due diligence and the research to find out exactly what's wrong with the guy, or if there is anything wrong with the guy, or why the Steelers waived him. He was in minicamp, he couldn't go. That's just the way it is. You go to minicamp, you can't go. I mean, that's pretty much indicative. That's why the Steelers got rid of him, because they pretty much knew he's not going to play this season. But as everything, we should go out. We should go out and hire. We should go out and hire him. We should go out and sign him. I love one Twitter post I saw. We should take a flyer on him. What kind of flyer are you going to take on him? He's injured. He's injured. I was also found it interesting that they some people were talking about the Giants' schedule, and they were mentioning that the first half of the schedule is tougher than the second half, and it was kind of vice versa last year, because I do believe that the latter part of the schedule was a killer for the Giants. But I find it interesting. This week. And I don't think, I do think that in the first half of the season, the Giants are going to play 3 AFC teams. They're going to play the Broncos, Chiefs, and Raiders, 3 NFC South teams in the Falcons, Saints, and Panthers, the Rams, and of course they're going to play Washington and Dallas. That's a pretty interesting combination. And then really there's no picnic in the second half. They're going to play the Super Bowl champs. We're gonna get to see the Duck and the Chargers, and then 4 division games at that point in time either. And you got Dallas, and so you got Dallas and Washington and the Eagles, whatever, the Eagles. But I don't think there's. I think the Giants have an interesting schedule. I think a lot of people are underestimating certain teams. I think a lot of people are sleeping on the Saints and the Panthers, and even the Rams. I think the Rams are going to be a tough out. It's no longer Goff. You got Bradford. And I think Dallas and Washington. Washington right now should scare us a little bit. If Fitzpatrick turns the corner and is what he, if he, like I said, if he's Fitzmagic and not Fitztragic, they're going to be a really tough out. And I love it because some people are like, well, you're just saying that, but they're going to have to rely on the quarterback progressing. Well, we got to rely on our quarterback progressing too. We got to see how Dak comes back, but that linebacking core with Dallas scares me, the same with the wide receiving core. And if Ezekiel Elliott can push himself away from the buffet, I'd be worried about them too. I'm still seeing 7. I'm still seeing 7 to 8 wins, but it's very early. let's get into training camp first. Let's see what's going on before we start projecting win totals. But I just love it. You know, like I've said it a million times. It's the silly season because of the fact that you see stuff and it's like, wow, there must be really nothing to talk about. July 27th cannot get here fast enough. I'm going to still try to do some content every couple days. Have some fun with it. Hope everyone enjoyed this video. And you know what? This is Tim with Online Big Blue, bringing you the best of New York Giants sports talk and entertainment. And as always, if you can like, if you can subscribe, bring that blank, you know what I mean? That'd be awesome.